600 meters below the surface, in the pitch-black, icy abyss off the coast of Colombia, lies what historians call the Holy Grail of shipwrecks. This is the legendary Spanish galleon San José, a titan of the seas that vanished from history over 3 centuries ago. Right now, its decaying timbers guard the most valuable vault on Earth. Imprisoned within its hull are 200 tons of pure gold, silver bars, and a king's ransom in raw emeralds. At today's prices, this hoard is worth a staggering $20 billion. But here is the paradox: the closer humanity gets to this treasure, the more dangerous it becomes. The gold that was meant to fund the wars of the 18th century is igniting a very real conflict in the 21st. Today, we uncover how a single ship pushed 3 nations to the brink of a standoff, and why, 10 years after its discovery, not a single coin has been allowed to leave its oceanic grave. This is the investigation into the most expensive legal drama in human history. June, 1708. The War of the Spanish Succession is raging across Europe. King Philip V of Spain is desperate for funds to pay his armies. His last hope lies in the Caribbean. The San José, the most formidable warship of its era, is chosen to lead the legendary Tierra Firme fleet. Its holds are packed with the accumulated tax revenue of a continent, chests of gold coins from Peru, silver ingots from Bolivia, and emeralds from Colombia. This was not just a ship, it was a floating fortress. 64 bronze cannons bristled from its gunports. Its mission was simple yet perilous: to cross the Atlantic and deliver a fortune that could decide the fate of kingdoms. For days, the fleet sailed north, unaware that a British squadron, commanded by Captain Charles Wager, was hunting them. On the evening of June 8, off the coast of Baru, the trap was sprung. The British engaged. What followed was not a prolonged battle, but a brief, catastrophic execution. After over an hour of brutal cannon fire, a British shot is believed to have struck the San José's main powder magazine. The resulting explosion was so immense that it was seen from miles away. The great galleon was torn in two. Within minutes, it vanished into the dark waters, taking with it nearly 600 crew members and a cargo that would become the most elusive treasure in history. The sea claimed the gold, and the location of the wreck became a secret that would sleep for 300 years. For over 3 centuries, the San José was more ghost story than history. Many expeditions tried to find it and failed, defeated by the crushing pressure and the immense emptiness of the Caribbean seafloor. But by the 21st century, technology had finally caught up with legend. In 2015, a team led by the Colombian government, armed with state-of-the-art autonomous underwater vehicles, AUVs, capable of scanning the abyss with unprecedented precision, began a new, systematic hunt. On November 27, the sonar screens lit up. At a depth of over 600 meters, where sunlight never reaches, the cameras sent back images that defied belief. The San José was not a scattered debris field. It was a time capsule. The cold, oxygen-poor water of the deep ocean had perfectly preserved the wreck. Robots glided over bronze cannons that still bore the royal crests. They found stacks of ceramic jars and, most astonishingly, delicate Chinese porcelain cups that looked as if they had been placed there yesterday. It was a flawless, silent snapshot of 1708. But this stunning archaeological triumph immediately triggered a geopolitical nightmare. The moment the Colombian president announced the discovery to the world, the celebration ended, and the legal war began. The coordinates of that patch of seafloor instantly became one of the most contested borders on Earth. The gold had been found, but as the world was about to learn, finding the treasure was the easy part. The real battle, the Battle of the Vultures, was just beginning. But as the recovery teams began analyzing the high-resolution imagery, they realized that the most shocking discovery wasn't the gold, the silver, or even the emeralds. Tucked away in the most protected parts of the hull, researchers spotted something far more significant: artifacts that are forcing historians to completely rewrite the story of global trade between Europe and the East in the 18th century. What they found suggests a secret, sophisticated network of exchange that was never supposed to exist on a Spanish warship. We will reveal exactly what that cargo is, and why it might actually be more valuable to history than the $20 billion in bullion, in just a moment. The legal war over the San José is not just a dispute over money, it is a collision of 3 centuries of history and international law. Currently, the ship sits in a total jurisdictional deadlock. On one side, we have the Republic of Colombia, which declared the wreck a National Cultural Heritage Site shortly after its 2015 discovery. Their argument is simple: the ship lies in their territorial waters, and therefore, every ounce of gold belongs to the Colombian people. But across the Atlantic, Spain has a very different view. The Spanish government claims the San José is a state vessel, protected by sovereign immunity under international maritime law. They argue that because it was a warship sailing under the Spanish flag when it was sunk, it remains the property of the Spanish state, essentially a sovereign piece of Spanish territory on the ocean floor. Spain often points to UNESCO conventions to argue that the site is a war grave for the 600 sailors who died, and it should never be salvaged for profit. However, a third group has entered the fray, complicating the ethics of the entire case. The Caracara Nation, an indigenous group from modern-day Bolivia, has filed a formal claim for the treasure. Their ancestors were the ones forced to mine this silver and gold under brutal colonial conditions. They argue that the treasure isn't Spanish or Colombian, it is stolen ancestral property, extracted through the blood and labor of their people, and it should be returned to them. Finally, there is the American factor. A salvage company from the United States, Sea Search Armada, has been suing for decades. They claim they actually located the wreck site back in the early 1980s and had a legal contract with Colombia to receive 50% of whatever was found. Colombia denies this, leading to a multi-billion-dollar lawsuit in international courts. With 4 different parties claiming a stake in a $20 billion hoard, the result is a stalemate. Under current interna. Ultimately, the world faces a profound moral choice, one that money cannot solve. Do we respect the San José for what it truly is, a sacred mass grave for nearly 600 souls who perished in fire and water in 1708? Or do we disturb their rest to create the most expensive museum in human history? Colombia dreams of a grand museum in Cartagena to house the artifacts, while Spain insists it is hallowed ground that must never be violated. But while politicians debate in courtrooms and diplomats argue in air-conditioned offices, at 600 meters down, the ocean is mercilessly doing its work. The deep sea is not static. Shipworms, strong currents, and the relentless pressure are slowly erasing the wooden hull. Every year of legal stalemate is another year of irreversible history lost to the abyss. The window to save the San José is closing. The treasure of the San José has become a modern parable. It is a glittering, $20 billion reminder that the very same gold that once built mighty sea empires, today serves only to tear nations apart. Perhaps some treasures are meant to remain buried. It seems the true curse of the San José was not sinking, but being found. The San José was lost to war, but another legendary site in the Caribbean was destroyed by what many called the wrath of God. If you want to know the story of Port Royal, the wickedest city on earth, and how it was swallowed by the sea in just 2 minutes, click the video appearing on your screen right now.